Hello. If you're watching this video, then that means that you're about to embark on your journey to AVID Summer Institute and take part in some of the best professional learning out there. On behalf of Mesa Public Schools AVID, welcome to the AVID family. This presentation is designed to go over some of the basics that you'll need to know as you head off to AVID Summer Institute 2018 with Mesa Public Schools. My name is Mike Garcia. I'm the AVID Department Specialist. Here's my phone number on the screen should you need to get a hold of me. I'll also have my contact information on our website and at the end of the presentation. Here's a brief overview of what we will cover in this short webinar. We're going to take a look at the Mesa Public Schools Summer Institute website, talk about the AVID site team, what to expect at Summer Institute, travel, launches and boosts, and go over remind.com. First, let's start with the why. If we look to the right of the screen at Mesa's mission statement, the mission of Mesa Public Schools is to develop a highly educated and productive community, one student at a time. This is deeply related to the why behind our professional learning. We engage in professional learning because our mission promises every student in MPS the opportunity to be highly educated and productive citizens. Learning and utilizing best practices is how we deliver on our promise. First, let's start by talking about the Mesa Public Schools AVID website and other resources. AVID's website, the AVID organization, can be found at www.avid.org. The Mesa Public Schools AVID website can be found at www.mpsaz.org/AVID. And if you go one step further with /SI, you will find the summer training information that I'm going to reference in this presentation. When you visit the Summer Institute support page that I just referenced, you will find an AVID handbook. I would recommend that you take a look at page 15 of the AVID handbook, which goes over the AVID site team. That's going to be our first topic. So what does the AVID site team do? The AVID site team is a team of administrators, counselors, teachers, and others who work together to close the achievement gap and provide college readiness for all students by implementing AVID across their site. The site team's purpose is to collaborate, to promote, and provide access to rigorous content and instruction, and develop a college-going culture and implement AVID on a campus. So essentially, the site team is the group of people who are going to make AVID excel on your campus. The site team develops and implements a site team plan. That work begins at Summer Institute. The site team models and shares WIC or instructional strategies and supports high expectations for student learning. All of this is to address equity issues on campuses so that all students can be prepared for college and career. So that means you will be joining a site team as an attendee at AVID Summer Institute, and you'll have the opportunity to engage in some of this exciting work. What to expect at AVID Summer Institute? On our AVID Summer Institute webpage, you'll also find the 2018 Summer Institute schedule. You will see here that there are activities planned starting on day 0, the day before the Institute, and go all the way to the end of day 3. The Institute begins officially at 8 a.m. on day 1 with our site team meetings, and it ends officially at 3 p.m. on day 3. Generally, what you'll do is you'll attend a 14-hour strand over the 3 days, attend 7 hours of site team time where you'll work with your site team to plan your goals for the year. More specifically, in your strand, which is the class that you've signed up for, you will receive a specific curriculum based on the content you teach. You will also receive a curriculum book or books, and your strand will include common features across all of our strands. You will learn about WIC or instructional strategies, focused note-taking applications, and how to engage students in rigorous instruction so that they can be college and career ready. In the site team meeting time, You will work with your site team to develop a strategic plan for AVID implementation at your site. This is the plan that's going to drive your initial phases of AVID on your campus, or continue the AVID implementation that's already taking place. This is where you will review previous site team plans and the data from your campus to make your decisions. You will also commit to implementing individual components of the site team plan as a member of the site team. Let's take a moment to view this short video about the site teams at Summer Institute.
I'm here with 8 of my teachers. We have everything from our math department, social studies, English, special ed, our computer science team. So we have an eclectic group, but we're well represented, and all of our content areas are going to benefit from the time here.
I think I'm going to learn a lot of strategies to help not just the AVID students, but all of our students that are on campus. And I'm really excited about being able to bring the AVID strategies to all of our students.
I'm really kind of anxious about the fact that this is my last step towards becoming an AVID elective teacher. And I really hope I'm going to get everything I need for this year to be a success.
Most teachers, when they walk away from a conference, they hope to have one thing that they can take with them back to school, and they can implement it, and it works, and it's something that's tangible and measurable. AVID is going to provide this team with a whole list of things that they can go back.
It's your own little network right there. You've got friends to rely on, you've got colleagues to pass information with. I mean, you've got 3 days to learn everything. So with your site team, you can talk about things and bounce ideas off of each other.
The site team is the key part of everything that you do. It's what drives your building and what makes sure that AVID's a success. When you come to a site team meeting, you're going to be ready to take a look at all your school data so that you can be ready when the school year starts to get that plan in place and follow it.
It's learning, it's development and tools that we can actually use in our classroom versus just something we're going to put in a binder and set on our shelf and never look at again.
Stuff that I can take back to my content classes, not just for my AVID elective.
I really walked out of there with I think I had a huge grin on my face yesterday, because it was just like, I got this idea, and everything was just like, okay, let's get more, let's get more.
And then I had that aha moment. I was so excited. I was like a kid in the candy store. I was like, yes!
So what happens next? That's always going to be the question. What are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? I think now I'm going to be able to answer that question with some expertise, and it'll be based on the work that I've done over the 3 days here at the AVID conference.
It's the ability to interact with other people,
Sharing lessons and ideas, and giving me their email and wanting to connect, and we're exchanging ideas.
I mean, when we went back to our hotel, we spent, I want to say, a good hour and a half just debriefing about what we all learned in different classrooms, and we were really excited about bringing this back to our school site.
This isn't just for AVID, it's for all content, it's for your PLCs, it's for any sort of collaboration.
It's just taking what I do, best practice, to the next level.
You know, it's given me the encouragement to take what I learned and bring it back to the classroom.
And you see students who have gone through the AVID process and come out with their stories. It's one of the most moving things you can sit through.
There's data that backs it up. We have student speakers that can attest to that it's life-changing, not just academically, but socially and for their families. So why would we not want to do that? If that's what we're here to do as teachers, is to change lives, why would we not want to equip ourselves and our students with those tools?
The 3 days have been awesome. I feel pumped, energized, and really excited to go back and share with the rest of my team what I've learned.
I just think AVID belongs incorporated into every school. All principals need to be equipped to provide their teachers with the support as they implement AVID, and we know it works. Get involved, buy in, get trained, be a part of the team.
Thank you. Now let's address some of the travel items that need to be addressed. First and foremost, let's talk about flights. Note the arrival and departure times for arriving to Summer Institute. You can arrive anytime on day 0 because there are no official Summer Institute events on day 0, although the check-in does open at 2 p.m. Your departure times need to be after 5 p.m. on day 3 and that is due to the fact that the Institute closes at 3 p.m. So if you were to take a flight sooner than 5 p.m., you wouldn't have time to get to your flight on time. Remember that those of you who are engaging in standard travel will book through Concur. Those of you who are not engaging in standard travel, because you're mixing some element of personal travel with the district-sponsored travel, you will book on your own. Make sure that you're saving copies of boarding passes for reimbursement, and you save receipts for airfare if you purchased your own airfare. Also, any baggage fees that you may acquire, make sure that you save your baggage fee receipts. Once you arrive to Summer Institute, or you need to get to the airport to and from the Institute, you need to consider ground transportation. Transportation is covered to and from airports, and we encourage you to share cabs if possible, or if you prefer Uber or Lyft or Super Shuttle or public transportation. Those are all options that you can take part in. One state guideline that you must be aware of, though, is with all of these options, we must use the most reasonably priced choice for transportation. So, for example, if a cab costs $50 from the airport to the hotel, but Super Shuttle can be taken for $13, you should take the Super Shuttle. If you end up taking the more expensive option, you may not get reimbursed for the entire cost of your travel. When it comes to meals, you don't need to save any receipts for your food, but you do need to be aware of the daily maximums that you will be reimbursed. These daily maximums reflect the amount of money you would have spent in addition to providing your own food at home because you are traveling. So keep track of these daily maximums. You don't want to go over these daily maximums because you will only be reimbursed up to this amount per day for your meals. Also note that on July 10th, breakfast is provided by AVID Center. Therefore, you can't claim the amount for breakfast. Also note, if you're trying to save a few bucks, which I know I'll be doing, discounts are available to Summer Institute attendees. You will receive a list of those discounts when you check in at the Institute. In terms of hotels, double check to make sure you have secured a hotel reservation. Please don't assume someone has made a reservation for you unless you have double checked. You also want to make sure once you pay for your hotel, you save your receipts, and those receipts show a $0 balance. In terms of splitting a hotel room, you want to make sure that each person who paid out of pocket retains a receipt for the amount that was paid. In terms of reimbursement, when you return from travel, you'll need to access the travel packet that will be emailed to you. This should come before the end of the school year in your email, so double check for that. Once you return, you'll have 30 days to submit your travel reimbursement with all of the documentation requested. Generally, you'll need copies of your airline boarding passes and receipts for airfare if purchased on your own. You'll also need baggage fee receipts, lodging receipts, registration confirmation, the email that you received from AVID Center about your registration for your strand, and any ground transportation receipts. If you end up splitting ground transportation, please make sure that you list all riders on your receipts so that the amounts can be accounted for respectively. When you visit our AVID Summer Institute website through our Mesa Public Schools AVID homepage, that's the website I showed you at the beginning of our presentation, you'll notice that you'll have a lot of different resources there for you. Most notably is the travel guidelines, and within these travel guidelines you can see all of the details in terms of our travel policy. Please make sure you double review those before you attend to make sure that you are aware of all of our travel guidelines. Finally, you'll be receiving notification from AVID Center about something called launches and boosts. These are part of the blended learning model that AVID Center uses as part of your professional learning. The launches will be completed before Summer Institute, and the boosts will be completed after Summer Institute. Both of these will be accessible through the My AVID homepage at www.avid.org, where you will log in and access your e-learning. If you have questions about those, I would highly recommend you speak to your site administrator or your site's AVID coordinator for assistance. Finally, to stay up to date on any last-minute changes or updates during the Institute, I recommend that you sign up for Remind.com reminders. All you need to do is text @SeattleSI to the number 81010. If you want to pause this video, take out your phone, you can do this now. Finally, if there are any questions, check with your site's AVID coordinator first. If you still need assistance, please feel free to call or email me. Here is my contact information. That being said, thank you for participating in this quick webinar about Summer Institute travel, and have safe travels. Once again, welcome to the AVID family.